Is that all the clicking noises?
Yeah.
Okay. This is the kiddos. Looks like you found your dad's anime stash. Looks like we are in good shape and ready to go. This is going to be a good episode. This is the episode where we review Megalo Box, which I'm 98% sure is the name of it. It is a show about people with metal arms, and some people don't have metal arms. Would you say that sums it up, Sai?
Yes.
All right. Well, we'll see you next week then. So,
Now for
Megalo
the
Box.
Digimon Power Hour.
Yeah, man. We could probably ditch everything else. You know, there's a new Vital bracelet out. It's pretty great.
Is that the one with Demon Slayer?
Yeah, but
think
the
you
Demon
talked
Slayer
about it.
stuff isn't out yet.
I think you told about it.
It's my understanding that the Demon Slayer stuff and the My Hero stuff has distribution rights issues in the US. So
I'd
it's not
imagine.
coming out till March.
I'd imagine.
Everything's distribution rights.
I mean, why would you
issues.
want a Tamagotchi Deku anyway?
Why wouldn't you?
Because Deku's a crybaby.
Yeah, that's what all Tamagotchis are.
No, my Tamagotchis are dead.
Yeah, but they were crybabies when they were alive.
Nah, they died fast.
Do you know what they were crying for, Sai? Food and love.
I gave them one.
That's something. It's interesting. You actually can't, on the new Vital bracelet, you can't use the Tamagotchi dim cards. It's weird. You can use all the other ones.
What? Why not?
I don't know. It's the same kind of thing. They just don't work.
So how do you add?
You can't have Tamagotchis on there. So the Vital bracelet, there's basically a Tamagotchi version of it.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't use those Tamagotchi cards on the new Vital bracelet. You can use all the old Digimon ones, all the old Kamen Rider ones, and all the new character ones, but you can't use the Tamagotchi ones.
Oh, okay. I see.
So no Tamagotchis on your wrist, man.
I just like the Digimon.
I like the Digimon too, but I would also like to see Power Rangers and Dragon Ball Z, and I'm blown away that they don't have either.
I'm surprised they don't have Power Rangers.
Yeah, you'd think with the Kamen Rider they'd have Sentai.
Yeah. That's definitely what I was thinking. Because, well, I mean, I guess in Japan, Kamen Rider might be a more popular.
Yeah, I mean, they did have that Masked Rider series in the U.S. that lasted for like a season and had a crossover with Power Rangers. You know,
did it?
Yeah, for one episode. It wasn't great.
Oh, I think I remember that episode.
Yeah.
I might be lying.
The only thing I remember about the Masked Rider was that crossover episode, and in one episode, he watched a bunch of videos on Fast Forward.
The fuck? What is Fast Forward?
He watched.
Okay.
He was staying with some family, and he watched all their home movies on Fast Forward to read their lips.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it didn't make a lot of sense to me because some stuff is set off camera. But you know why we're talking about Masked Rider and Power Rangers?
Because we watched Megalo Box.
Because they have arms, just like Gearless Joe.
Yeah.
So Gearless Joe. So Megalo Box, right?
It's a remake of Ashita no Joe,
which is
a very, very old boxing
anime. Very old show, the 50s, I believe.
I thought it was 70s, but it might
be
70s.
I'm gonna go with
50s, 60s, 70s, something like that.
It's somewhere between 70 and less years old. Anyway, It's a remake. I don't know what year it was made. I feel like this was made for like the 40th or 50th anniversary.
I'm not sure.
I feel like I saw that on a title screen. Had I not watched,
it makes sense. It sounds like it.
We were supposed to review this like 2 weeks ago, so no one's watched it since then. So we're all like two steps away.
Just started watching the second season to try and get further than I originally watched, and I ended up on the exact same episode.
What is your impression of this season so far?
Nomad.
Yeah.
I feel like they picked the wrong drama to go after.
What do you mean?
I feel like they should have picked up right after with all the non-boo stuff and the typhoon instead of waiting like jumping 5 years or however many years into the future.
I gotcha. So you think it'd be better without the time skip?
Yeah, I mean they could have skipped a little time, but I just would have liked to have seen Joe get beat up by Lou.
Okay, fair enough.
We'll talk about Lou later.
Yeah, we'll get into that. So Joe, of course, is our protagonist. He is this dude who likes to get down and dirty on the streets.
But you
and
forgot the
lose
most
fights.
important part. He's totally not Spike Spiegel. Like, no
Yeah.
matter how hard you try to look at him or fast you look, he's not Spike Spiegel. I promise.
Well,
Or Mugen from Samurai Champloo.
who is Spike Spiegel?
Yeah, they definitely are. They all have the same silhouette, though.
The same character archetype, as in by archetype we mean drawing.
Yeah, design.
He's got the hair. Spike
got that
is
Jew furrow.
Spike. Spike doesn't have the muscle. He just has the skill.
Does Joe have muscles? I mean,
He's got muscles. There's literally a picture of him with muscles right there.
Yeah.
Look at your screen.
I mean,
that's
he does
muscles,
have
man.
muscles. I feel like if we ever saw Spike without a shirt, he'd be at least that good.
He's not.
Maybe
We've
not.
seen Spike without a shirt.
Did we? I don't remember that.
We've seen Spike completely wrapped in bandages from head to toe.
Oh. Well, that's a shirt, but bandages.
That is a shirt, but we've seen him with his shirt blown off.
Yeah. So, for somebody who's such a good fighter, I'd imagine that his reflexes are better than his skills at riding a bicycle. Well, motorcycle would attest to, because he crashes his bike every other episode, and for the first few, every episode.
Spike?
No.
Oh, you're okay. I'm sorry. I'm with you. Yeah, you're right. You're saying bike, and I'm thinking bicycle.
Yeah, I said bicycle, but I didn't say motorbike.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's everyone else's fault.
I mean, not that one time where he just driving and he just was it by a cliff or something? That dog one was the dog's fault.
Yeah.
But
the point is that's just to show how tough he is. It doesn't matter how many times he wrecks. It's not about how many times you wreck. It's about how many times you wreck and get back up.
I like that they put bandages on his motorcycle.
Well, how's it gonna heal?
I mean, I just he's tougher than the bike apparently. I mean, no, because that bike's still kicking in Nomad, right? That's the same
True.
bike.
I assume it's the same bike.
God, junkyard dog.
So he's a fighter.
Yeah.
He's supposedly a good one, but he likes to take dives because he likes money.
I don't think he liked that part. I think Donbu liked that part.
I think the dives are his favorite part.
Oh, maybe.
And he's got a friend who's missing an eye, and I can't remember his name.
Nanbu.
I don't remember anyone's name.
And
then there's him
Satya.
and his friend decide that them and the mob are gonna win the big fight tournament. They're done with all this dicking around. They're gonna join the big metal arm tournament, and they're gonna win it all.
Which is a bad tournament, by the way.
So stupid.
They're like, there's like 200 fighters at least. We know that there's at least 170 something, and they're like, "Yep, top 4."
Yeah, and it's not even a tournament. I mean, it's literally just there to, it's kind of it's just there to sell arms to the military, which we'll get into at the end. But it's a fucking stupid ending.
Can assume
but
11 did it better.
our guy Joe,
That part.
he's not famous enough to get into this tournament.
He also
So
doesn't have an ID because he's a refugee or something of the sort.
Yeah. I don't remember exactly. It
Lower
seems like
class,
refugee.
lower class citizen. I want to say now after watching season 2 because those people are refugees, right?
Yeah.
So he's a poor man in a
He's got a lot of things. He's got a lot of strikes against him, but he plans to make his way up the tournament roster by getting attention by fighting these guys who have metal arms, and he's going to have regular arms.
Because his metal arms are crap.
His metal arms are total shit. They barely work. It doesn't even matter at that point.
They let out steam. I think they're steam powered or something.
He's steampunk, dude. He's the Becky Lynch of Megalo Box.
I will say the arms are real cool, though.
Which arms? His?
No, not his. Just in general. Like everyone else's arms.
So here's the interesting thing to me about this. Like they've all got metal arms, but they all got regular ass heads.
Yep.
And they're taking these hits with the metal arms right in the head.
It's fine. They have boxing gloves on.
All right. What do you think boxing gloves do, Sai?
They make your fists not hurt.
So boxing gloves protect your hands.
I know.
And they're amazingly good at I've been punched by someone wearing a boxing glove, and it's just like getting punched. It's not good. It hurts. So, I mean, we'll move past it.
I mean,
we'll move past it, but
it's obvious. It's like Real Steel, right? That movie I didn't watch.
I didn't watch it either, but yeah, I believe it's just like that.
Hey, dog.
I'm assuming Real Steel is based on this, right?
No, I think this is based off Real Steel.
I don't think this is based off of Real Steel because I think it's all based off a book called Steel, if I'm not mistaken.
I've never read that book.
I haven't either, but there's a Twilight Zone episode based off of it.
Really?
And I think that's where it all goes back to.
Probably. Sounds right.
Yeah. So it's fine, you know, but I think if I'm almost certain I saw that episode of the Twilight Zone because the guy was supposed to be a robot, but he didn't look like a robot. They just said he was a robot. And then he wasn't a robot. He was fighting this real human who was pretending he was a robot because only robots box.
I'm so confused.
This is the 50s. So the guy, as opposed to doing something to make the gentleman look like a robot, they just said this guy's a robot.
And then he was fighting a person who wasn't a robot?
Right. But
he was a robot.
So the plot is it's in the future and boxing's gone, but robots box for people to watch and like.
So boxing isn't gone.
Right. But this one guy was a boxer. And it's all he ever knew. So he pretends like he's a robot. Okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
And he fought a robot.
And he won. But it didn't go well for him. Anyway, that's not the point. We're not talking about the Twilight Zone, Si. Move on. You know, this was 70 years ago. Stop focusing on this one episode of the Twilight Zone. That's not even the best episode.
I've never watched the Twilight Zone.
The best episode was the one with where that kid's got all the powers and he makes the whole town disappear.
No, I like the idea of the one where the guy is too busy to read, and then his glasses break or something.
Yeah, so he's too busy to read, and all he wants to do is read. But he's in the library, and a nuclear bomb goes off, and he's the last man alive. So he has all the time in the world to read, but then his glasses break.
Better learn Braille.
Well, I mean, I guess he could probably read the large print books.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
or you could get a magnifying glass.
There's tons of things. Or you could get new glasses. There's glasses somewhere, man. Just find them.
Yeah, probably have reading glasses. The librarian probably had some on.
The librarian probably had some on. Librarians probably did. But listen, the point is, if he needs glasses to read and other people need glasses to drive, they're not that hard to get. Just get the glasses.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Gearless Joe didn't need
glasses. I was about to
glasses.
say, are we talking about something?
So Joe makes a name for himself by fighting without gear, trying to get into this tournament. And it works. He gets the attention and he gets into the tournament and they tell him, hey, you got to wear gear to be in this tournament, which makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Because, listen, man, let's say you're you, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're Psy, right?
I've been Psy all my life. Yeah.
You've been Psy all your life. And, there's a big tournament, right? Boxing tournament where people have metal arms and you really want to see it. Okay. And the tickets are like $300. Shit ain't cheap to go see that. How pissed are you going to be if you get there and nobody's got metal arms?
If no one had metal arms,
no,
it'd be pretty sad. Especially, but if 3 out of the 4 had metal arms and the one without metal arms, I'd be very upset at the championship.
So Joe makes a rival along the way of Sephiroth from Final Fantasy VII, but he has metal arms this time instead of a sword.
And shorter hair.
It's not that much shorter. It's pretty long.
Is it? I thought it was short.
I thought it was pretty long. What's the guy's name? No.
Yuri. On ice.
Yuri. Was it Yuri?
Yeah, it is Yuri. And he's Russian, I guess. That's why I always think of Yuri on ice.
Well, he's supposedly this he's this great boxer, but he's I guess a big fat loser.
Every time he punches, water comes out of nowhere and just splashes.
Well, that's from another dimension. He's got dimension arms.
Yeah, I know. It's pretty awesome. And he has a wolf dog.
He has a wolf dog. Was that him? Yeah, that was his. I was thinking it was the brothers.
No, it's his.
Right.
But everyone else plays with it.
Yeah, it's a cool dog.
Yeah, it is a cool dog.
I like at the end of it where the dog can still walk.
Oh.
So
I like when they're doing that interview and the dog just brings his food bowl. Like, yeah, I don't care what y'all are doing, but it's time for food.
It's what dogs do. It's very, very dog of him. So Yuri and Joe are arch enemies because at one point Yuri beat Joe up, which makes sense because Yuri has metal arms.
Did he have metal arms when he was fighting?
Weren't they part of him?
No, I meant Joe. Did he have his gear on the first time? I don't remember. I don't think he did.
I don't think he did either. But I don't think it matters because his gear is total shit, like we talked about.
Yeah.
It's like, And
Yuri's gear is kind of not fair, right?
Okay, Yuri's gear isn't fucking gear. He's like fucking Wolverine. He's got adamantium or whatever it's called in his veins and shit. So most people have like mech suit arms they put on, where Yuri has these skin tight metal arms. He looks like the arms of
they're grafted onto him.
They're grafted onto him. Who's the fucker from X-Men who turns into metal? Colossus. They look like Colossus's arms.
I was gonna say even a deeper cut reference. He looks like is it Omega Red?
He does look like Omega Red from the Russian one.
Mm-hmm. From he was in Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he looks like Omega Red and Colossus had a baby. And then their arms were his.
And they're all Russian, by the way.
Everyone's Russian in this.
Omega Red is Russian and Colossus is Russian.
So it's quite possible he is the love child of those two.
I'm assuming Yuri is Russian, right?
I don't even know his name was Yuri. I don't feel like he had an accent.
It is Yuri, though.
I'm not going to argue it because it seems good enough. But anyway, he's friends with the chick, right? The chick who's running the tournament.
She owns them.
So this girl owns this company, and she wants to sell metal arms to the military. That's the whole point of this.
Like in Azuma 11 season 2.
Like in Azuma 11 season 2, they want to sell metal arms to the military.
Why are these Japanese people selling so much stuff to the military? That makes no sense.
Apparently, they're the only ones buying, but like
they're selling children.
It's so interesting that we can draw that parallel between this kid's show about soccer and this shit.
And this kid's show
plot.
about boxing.
It's just the same plot. That's amazing. But anyway, she's got a brother, right?
Yeah, he's pretty cool. I liked him.
The brother's pretty cool, but he doesn't want metal arms. He doesn't want the metal arm company. So he gets ousted from the company. So she creates the super metal arms for Yuri.
The integrated arms.
The integrated arms.
That's what they call it, I think. Yeah, because he makes an AI, right?
Yeah. Ace. Yeah, he makes the AI that predicts it, and then Joe beats him by being fucking stupid.
Well, is that why? I thought it was because it's probably why, actually. I thought it was because they say because he doesn't have gear for the thing to read.
Right, so that's what it is. He doesn't have his gear. The other dude, his AI can actually read what the gear is going to do, but it probably wouldn't work on the integrated AI.
Probably not.
Probably on the integrated gear.
I imagine not. I don't know. But he does wear some pretty cool glasses.
Yeah, you got to give him that.
He has a pretty cool sports car.
Yeah. And he can apparently remove metal arms.
Yes. Which I don't see why he got all those scars. I mean, I understand that, but like where they showed them cutting was not where the scars were.
Well, why are you assuming that the scars are from that?
Because it happened after the surgery.
Maybe they were there before the surgery.
Maybe so. You're right.
Did you see his arms before that?
Nope. I only saw Mega Red.
Why? Why was he into that chick? I don't remember.
I don't think he was into her. I think she like saved him from something unspecified. I think it was probably like a Gearless Joe kind of thing where she found him. Yeah.
I gotcha. That all makes sense. I believe all that. So.
And apparently Sachio. Okay, so what happened to their parents? Did they murder them? The kids' parents.
The kids' parents are alive.
He is?
Yes, that's what fucked with me. All right, so we forgot to talk about the kid. So
I thought he was dead. I thought they were dead.
No, man. Because I'll get into that in a second. Gearless Joe and his father figure hang out with this kid because they saved him one time. And I'm with you. I thought the kid's parents were dead. But before they leave, I forget exactly what happens. But he talks about how his dad's gone and he has to do something with his mom before they go.
I thought they were dead.
I was like, why are you there?
Because he wanted revenge on him.
And then at the end, he ends up living with a rich lady. Oh, so maybe they are dead, and maybe he was just saying that at the beginning.
Well, I know they went to the rich ladies to protect them from the gangster, because that was when Joe was fighting Mikio. No. Yeah, Mikio, and they wanted him to throw the fight, but he wasn't going to throw the fight, so they wanted to protect him from the mafia.
Right. So, yeah.
And then One-Eyed Man became No-Eyed Man.
So at the end, the mafia wants Joe to throw the last fight so they can bet. They're rigging the fight, which is just horrible. Out of all the things the mafia does, that's the worst. So to make up for it, Daddy cuts his eyes out. He's got one eye left, and he's like, I don't even need it. Here you go.
Drink the water right in front of you.
Yep.
And the mafia's like, then we're even.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense because he did say that was the only thing he wanted to do was see Joe fight in the championship. And
How does the mafia make their money?
I don't know.
I feel like the mob's not that cool. Like maybe
I feel
they're
like that
suave
guy's
or
pretty
shit
cool.
like that, but I don't feel like they're that cool with getting bilked out of money.
Oh no, probably not. But I mean, he did cut his eye out.
He did cut his eye out, but seems like that just made him easier to kill.
And it's the Japanese mafia too.
I don't know much about the Yakuza. I don't play those video games because I played one and it was so boring.
They do have that whole thing about whenever you make a mistake or whatever, you do have to cut like a digit off to as recompense.
Recompense. The only things I know about the Yakuza, and they could be completely wrong, I learned from that one episode of The Simpsons where the Yakuza was in it.
I'd never seen that one.
They're only in it at the end for a fight, and then from Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift.
Okay.
That seems legit.
I feel like you're a Yakuza expert.
Look, I feel like the Yakuza would be all about settling their differences with a drift race.
I mean, he did have a truck, but I mean, that was the only car we saw, aside from like Mikio and Yuri's. Maybe the mafia didn't have a car to.
Yeah. Are they Japanese?
I don't know. I just assume because it's anime.
I feel like this is definitely not in Japan. It does not feel like it's in Japan.
It doesn't. It feels like it's in the barren wasteland.
It feels like it's in like New Mexico.
I mean, yeah, after season 2, definitely does.
Yeah.
No, or I guess America. Well,
I guess he could have.
No, because what's his name? The lion dude is from America.
Yeah.
Literally from America. They're like the American, and he had like 25 names.
Bloody lion. He was like Apollo Creed.
Yeah, he was.
Good lot of names, Apollo. And then Apollo Creed died. Sorry to spoil that for you.
I kind of feel like now that you say that, because earlier I rewatched the last fight, which is probably the worst one to watch. But then I was like, oh, that's the Apollo Creed and Rocky punch. Whenever the last punch that they throw at him and Yuri.
Mm-hmm.
And now that you say that, he didn't die. But Yuri does.
But Apollo Creed died.
Yeah, I know. But I was just saying, maybe they kind of were also biting off Rocky a little bit.
I mean, they should. There's just no reason not to make a small tribute to the greatest boxing film set of 7 or 8 or 9 films at this point.
I mean,
got Rocky 1 through 5, Rocky Balboa, Creed. I mean,
Ali was pretty good.
We're up to 9 when Creed 3 comes out.
I mean, Ali was pretty good.
Ali was good, but it was based on a true story.
Oh, okay.
I don't need any truth in my life.
I think that was the only 2 movies with boxing that I saw.
There's lots of boxing movies. I just don't have time to watch them all.
Was there Limitless? Was it Limitless or the one with about the dude in the prison?
Limitless. I don't know.
It might not be Limitless. It might be.
It's definitely not Limitless. Limitless is that movie with the dude whose name I can't think of, who plays the raccoon who takes the smart pills.
Is it Undisputed?
Undisputed sounds a lot more right.
It might be Undisputed. I think it was. I don't know. And what was the other one? Black Swan?
Black Swan?
Isn't that?
I don't think Black Swan was about boxing, dude. Maybe Cinderella Man.
That's it. Right?
Yeah.
I knew there was a chick and there was boxing.
Oh, that's not really about boxing. The Clint Eastwood one. Okay, it doesn't matter, dude. It doesn't. None of this matters.
I didn't watch it.
I heard it's not like it's just she gets paralyzed or whatever. Whatever. Not the point. No one gets paralyzed in Megalo Box. From the waist up, completely.
Okay. I was like, a few people do actually.
Who? Name 2 people who are
Oh,
paralyzed from the
not
head down.
from the head down. Yeah, no, not from the head down.
No.
As
So
far as I know, I don't know how
the
bad
whole
Lou is
the whole
paralyzed.
thing of Megalo Box is we've got Gearless Joe and Yuri, and they don't hate each other.
They love each other.
They love each other. They really do, because they realize they're cut from the same cloth. So they go into the finals of the Megalo Box Metal Arm Tournament, and no one's got metal arms, and it pisses me off.
I mean, yeah. If I paid for it, I would have been very upset.
Yeah, man.
But I mean, they love each other, Josh.
They do love each other. I do like the way the fight ends.
With the Rocky Punch?
With the Rocky Punch, the still frame, it's very. It reminds me a lot of Yu Yu Hakusho. His fight.
Yeah.
His fight at the end.
Yeah, that was a very Yu Yu Hakusho fight.
Yeah.
Because they definitely punched like 1 or 2 times, and then it was like round 7.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was round 13. I was like, where are the other rounds?
They don't need them.
And they're like, yeah,
go
we
in the
just have
distance.
1 episode left.
So then Gearless Joe wins, and he takes home the prize purse of $1.
Is that how much it was?
I have no idea. Doesn't seem like it fixed their lives, though, very much, because they go back to the slums. But they bring Yuri with them.
I don't think he lived there, right?
I don't know. I don't feel like he's in a wheelchair now. I don't feel like they had a lot of wheelchair access around there.
Yeah. And they did get a gym.
They did get a gym. But, I mean, I feel like No Eyes kind of had a gym type thing before.
He did. But then he left it.
So they
got all
seem
beat up.
They don't seem like they're any better off. But I guess they're out of the mob clutches.
But now they have a trainer that doesn't have any legs.
That's true. Plus, I have the army guy.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, I thought you meant Yuri.
Oh, no, I meant the army guy because his legs got blown off.
Well, that'll happen. Yeah.
Which, by the way, that body looked a lot more not bomby before he flipped it.
What?
And then it just, like, okay, when the body that blew his legs up in the army,
Yeah.
it was like a human being. They drew a human being, and then he flips it, and it's just a bunch of C4. And I was like, there's no way that C4 looked like that body.
Oh, yeah, I'm with you. Well, that's just how he remembered it. That was his memory.
Yeah. There's a lot of, what do you call it? Shiny insect and birds in this show. Did you notice that aren't real? Because
No.
that Mac dude sees the little hummingbird whenever he when was it? It was after the fight with Lou sometime. And then that whole time he was in the army dude was seeing the little blue butterfly.
Oh, I remember the blue butterflies. I don't remember anything else.
Yeah, that was like
I'm definitely not saying you're wrong, though. I 100% believe you.
Stop playing with me. I'm doing something.
Are you talking to me or the dog?
The dog.
All right. So what'd you think, Sai? Did you think it was a great show?
The first time I watched it, it's definitely a better watch week to week than it is a binge watch to me.
I do get that. Like, I know exactly what you mean. I watched it. I liked it a lot, but like, I watched it all in 2 days.
Yeah.
I wasn't like, man, I got to see this next episode, but I was like happy to see the next episode. So like, if I had to wait a week in between each one, I don't feel like it would have bugged me that much.
Oh no, it was a lot. I remember it being a lot better. It felt a lot more 90s paced when I was watching it week to week. So there was that, like, yeah, it felt a lot not smoother, because we can't say the 90s pacing was smooth exactly, but it was like the weight was what was needed to kind of get you hyped up and ready.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm with you. Like enough time would pass that you would be like, man, I'm excited for this next episode.
Yep, and then you'd get that 30 minutes and 20 minutes, and then you could just wait another week.
What year do you think it came out, Si?
I know it came out, I want to say 2016, 17?
2018. So you were pretty right on. How do you think it looks? Like, and in my opinion, the animation isn't bad, but it's not as crisp as I want it to be.
For when it came out, it was the prettiest show.
Really? This was not the prettiest show in 2018, dude. What the hell are you talking about?
What was the prettiest show in 2018?
I don't know. Probably Naruto.
No, dude. This is like I guess it's because I know like all the work they did to make it look like the way it did. Because I believe I saw that what they did was they did it regular, like they drew it and did their frames however they do it, and then they shrunk it down to like 3:4 TV ratio, and then they blew it up and as if they were like what they do for like Blu-rays and stuff for old animes, so that it would have that like older 90s kind of feel to it.
Oh, I gotcha.
So they did like a lot of extra work.
So they did an artificial aging to it.
Yeah, they made it look older, and I really did like it. Like I like the like there's some really good moments, like the I forget what fight it is, but when he's fighting one of the guys and like the ring turns to water because he's getting wailed on.
Okay, I'm with you. I know what you're saying. Like, I'm talking about like the animation for the fight scenes. When the fight scenes, it's pretty on point. But generally, the characters don't look like they're like you said. He's not Spike Spiegel, but he's supposed to be.
They blew their budget on the fights because the fights are amazing looking.
Yeah, I'm with you. So, what do you think? If you had to rate this right now, what would you give it?
First watch, I'd give probably A+, S-. Second watch, A-.
I gotcha. I've only watched it once. I liked it. I'm gonna give it a B+.
It's about the same.
So it's a pretty good rating. Mark, I know, would give it an A somewhere in there.
Because he's a punchy boy.
But considering he's dead, it doesn't matter.
He died. Rip. So, okay. So how far did you watch all of season 2?
No, I watched the first 4 episodes.
Okay.
I'm not in love with it. I don't. People say it's better, but
it gets better towards the end from what I've seen. Like the first part, I think, is setting up something that I'm only have speculation for because I never finished season 2 or got far enough to confirm or deny my concept of what's going on. But I think the Met guy is that guy that dies is son.
Which guy that died?
The old guy, the hummingbird dude.
Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe.
Because I feel like that's why they showed that white hummingbird.
Yeah.
But I mean, I could be wrong. And he could.
I don't think you would do that, Si.
Be wrong?
Yeah.
I've been wrong a lot.
No.
I thought Mark was alive today.
Oh, that's true. Well, here's the issue. With Mark not being here, we don't have access to the wheel. So I had to make my own wheel.
Okay.
All right. So let me see if I can pull this up.
I'm just waiting for him to pull up Word, and it has one object on it.
All right.
That's Gearless Joe.
What? All right. So here is the wheel we're going to be spinning. this week. I have my hopes on what it's going to land on. Whatever this wheel lands on is what we'll be watching, what we'll be reviewing in about 2 weeks.
Why are they all Digimon season 2?
I don't know what you're talking about. So I might have accidentally put it on there more than once, but
I thought they were different seasons.
Anything you're hoping for?
I'm hoping for one of the gold ones.
Oh, I gotcha. All right, let's give it a spin. See what we got.
I don't even know where it's going. I think I was right.
Well, I'll be damned. Digimon Season 2. That is very exciting. Okay. So by Digimon Season 2, obviously, I mean Digimon Adventure 02. Okay. The season with
Yoli and Ken
and I'm very shocked you led with Yoli. Is she your favorite character?
No, I hate Yoli.
Everybody hates Yoli. It's because she's unbearable.
Wormmon is my favorite character.
Yeah, he's good. All right.
I lied. Mummymon. Mummymon's pretty dope.
Have you seen Mummymon in Ghost Game yet?
Yes, I have.
He's not as dope, but he's all right.
Yeah. What did he want?
He wanted to cure people.
Yeah, he wanted to heal people.
Yeah, and he read some book or something that said they turn him into mummies.
Yeah.
He was way off.
Yeah, they're pretty off. Yeah. I mean, for digital beings with access to the internet,
you would think he would have but I mean
him and Pumpmon was pretty bad at carving pumpkins.
He was
just stabbing, which I have to be impressed. To say his technique was bad, his skill was good.
Let me just say this, Si. Have you ever like read something on YouTube and it led you to reading more and more things on YouTube?
Yes.
Maybe that's what happened to Mummymon.
That's how I ended up watching 2 sets of videos about the Shattered Grid comic books.
Yeah.
It was like 20 videos.
Yeah, that's definitely worth reading.
And now I actually want to read it.
You should. They're very great. I have several Lord Draken figures over here.
Oh, okay.
Shattered Grid was pretty good. There was a moment that really pissed me off in it, but there's nothing I can do about it because I didn't write it.
Was it? Let me think. What would piss a Josh off in Shattered Grid? Was it the fact that Lord Draken lost?
No, it was when Draken kills Finster.
Oh,
Finster like that's just such a. It was so out of character. Like, we get it. He's out of control. He wouldn't kill Finster.
I mean,
his one true friend.
He did cry whenever he did it, though.
He did, but he wouldn't have killed Finster.
I don't know, man.
All right.
So that's the one. So they did have other Rangers in that one, right?
They had all the Rangers, dude.
They had, yeah. So, okay, that is the part with Jin from... Mm-hmm. I was upset that it was Jin from Time Force, because that was one of my favorite Power Rangers, and I really wanted to see Eric.
Was that Time Force or Ninja Storm?
That was Time Force. The Quantum Rex?
Maybe you're right.
Oh, I know I'm right.
I believe you. You'd never lie to me, Si.
Not purposely.
All right.
But I remember Time Force being one of the better Power Rangers. And Lost Galaxy. Lost Galaxy was fun.
I'm going to be honest, I kind of lost interest about halfway through Turbo.
No. I rewatched them not recently, like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And I got up to Time Force. And then I stopped because that was about all I watched as a kid.
About 5 years ago, I tried to rewatch it, and that's when I made it up to halfway through Turbo. And I was like, man, I fucking hate this kid.
You gotta get to Andros.
And I hear Andros is good. I hear they kill Zordon.
Oh, they killed Zordon a couple times, right?
They kill the shit out of Zordon.
Did they kill him in Shattered Grid again?
Well,
they kill one of them, right?
Zordon uses the last of his power to talk to the Master Rangers or whatever, so he can never become a Ranger
The
in space.
Master
Whatever.
Morphers, the
No,
Morphin Masters.
the Morphin Masters. Yeah,
I was like, what?
there's a lot of weird stuff. Shadow
I
Groove was
like
good though.
I like that they brought Ninja back.
Ninja is important. He's more important to the lore than people give him credit.
I mean, he's a very oddly shaped ninja.
He's a robotish guy.
Is he a robot? Yeah. I mean, I like the Power Ranger that looks like a policeman.
I like that you just got bit in the face by a dog.
I did get bit.
You didn't even stop. You're just like, this happens.
It does.
All right. All right, man. Well, anything you want to add about Megalo Box?
If you have to fight people with metal arms,
Mhm.
use metal arms, please.
Yeah.
Or
This is common
like,
sense.
I like that he got hit with a guy who was using metal gloves, and he just took that hit. Like, I understand a little. Like, yeah, it's padded fist, but that guy was cheating. He had knuckles. He had brass knuckles and arms, metal arms.
I don't feel like the brass knuckles would have added all that much.
It wasn't brass knuckles. It was like a big metal glove.
I feel like there's once you're using robot arms to fight, there's not much you can add on top of that that's going to help you. But I don't know. I've never had robot arms.
I'm being licked in the face.
I see that. All right, guys. Well,
Very aggressively.
we're gonna go ahead and end the podcast so everyone can go to bed or stay up all night, whatever they want to do. Make sure you follow us on Facebook and MySpace. That way you know what we're doing next week, which we don't like to announce it. We like it to be a surprise every week. And
So
then in
it's
2
not
weeks,
Digimon.
it'll be Digimon. We'll find a way to make it Digimon. Tune in 2 weeks for our review of Digimon Adventure Season 2.
Yeah.
And then make sure you sneak back into your dad's room and you take that VHS tape, you rewind it just to the perfect spot. You sprinkle a little dust on it, slide it back in there. Tune in next week.